Welcome to this episode of our podcast, where we reflect on the most profound lesson learned in Lebanon modern history. The Lebanese Civil War, which tore the country apart for 15 years, left deep scars on the nation, but amidst the devastation, there emerged a crucial realization. No one can eliminate the other by force. The only way forward is for us to learn how to live together as Lebanese, respecting our differences and embracing our shared identity. Let's begin by recalling the brutal reality of the Civil War. For 15 long years, from 1975 to 1990, Lebanon was engulfed in violence. Communities that had lived side by side for centuries turned against each other. The war was marked by massacres, displacement, and the destruction of entire neighborhoods. Each faction believed that it could dominate the other through force, that it could impose its will and vision for the country. But what did this violence achieve? It brought nothing but ruins. No group emerged victorious. Instead, the war left Lebanon shattered, with hundreds of thousands dead, countless wounded, an entire generation traumatized. The belief that one side could eliminate the other was proven to be a dangerous illusion. As the war dragged on, there was a growing realization among the Lebanese that this conflict could not be won through violence. The harder each side fought, the more they understood that force only led to more bloodshed and suffering. The idea that one could eradicate the other by force began to fade, replaced by the harsh truth that no one was going anywhere. This realization was a turning point. It became clear that the only way to stop the endless cycle of violence was to abandon the notion of force and instead seek a way to coexist. This wasn't just a strategic shift. It was a profound change in the mindset. The Lebanese began to understand that their diversity, once seen as a source of division, could actually be a strength. With this new understanding, the focus shifted from conflict to reconciliation. The Taif Agreement, signed in 1989, marked the beginning of the end of war. It wasn't perfect. In fact, it was a disaster. And it didn't solve all of Lebanese problems. But it laid the groundwork for a new way of thinking, a commitment to coexistence. Since the end of the war, the Lebanese have been on a journey to rebuild not just their country, but their sense of national identity. This journey has not been easy. The wounds of the past are still fresh, and the challenges of living together in peace are immense. But the lesson remains clear. The only way forward is together. Lebanon's rich tapestry of cultures, religion, and traditions is what makes it unique. Rather than being a source of division, this diversity can be a source of strength, but only if we learn to respect one and embrace it. The Civil War taught us that trying to eliminate the other is futile. The real challenge and the real opportunity is to learn how to live together to build a society where everyone has a place. While the war has ended, the challenge of living together continues. Lebanon still faces political, economic, and social struggles that threaten to reignite old tensions. But the lesson learned from the Civil War remain a guideline principle. We've seen what happens when force is used to settle differences. The cost is too high, and the results are devastating. Today, it's more important than ever to hold into this lesson. The future of Lebanon depends on our ability to coexist, to engage in dialogues, and to find common ground. It's not just about avoiding another war. It's about building a nation where all Lebanese can thrive regardless of their background. In conclusion, the most important lesson the Lebanese learned from the Civil War is that no one can eliminate the other by force. The only way forward is to learn how to live together, to embrace our diversity, and to build a future where all Lebanese have a place. It's a lesson born out of immense pain and suffering, but it's a lesson that holds the key to Lebanon's future. Thank you for joining me in this episode. Let's continue to reflect on this lesson and work toward a Lebanon where coexistence is not just a necessity, but a source of strength. Until next time, let's keep the conversation going and strive to build a better future for all.